Welcome to the Irish NFL show. Now, as you know, we've less than a fortnight to go until Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. The Irish NFL show team are all heading out at various stages next week, and we'll be providing coverage from the big media area, Radio Row, in San Francisco. We'll also be attending the various media days for the Seahawks and the Patriots and the Pro Bowl and all the razzmatazz that goes with a Super Bowl. But I'm joined this evening by a man who has the privilege of bringing a team over to play some serious ball during the week of the big games. St. Marnock's National School from Port Marnock and North Dublin are heading out to California to represent Ireland at the 2026 NFL Flag Under-13 International Championship. That event is being held during Pro Bowl week. Harry Barnes, you're very welcome to the Irish NFL show. Tell us, first of all, how did you and this talented team of young athletes get involved in flag football, first of all? And how is it that you managed to get them this brilliant opportunity to represent Ireland?
Well, thanks a million for having me on, first of all, Connor. And so it all started last May, I'd say. And we were on a school trip one day, and the vice principal of the school came up to me and said, "Listen, you like the American football, don't you?" And I said, 100%, yeah, I love it. And he offered me the chance to go to this training day in Green Lanes National School, where two amazing workers for the NFL UK and Ireland team came and basically showed us the ropes on how to play flag football. They did a kind of a 6-week course that would be usually run with primary school kids in 6 or 7 hours, or I'd say it was that day in Green Lanes. And I mean, we just had so much fun learning the game, the rules, how to play, everything. And then I brought it back to the school. I mentioned it to the fifth class kids at the time that there's a possibility of a team being entered into this competition next year, which Green Lanes had won the year previous. And Green Lanes got the opportunity to go to Florida to represent Ireland the year previously, and it sounded like a massive success over there. So, I mean, we were really excited just to kind of bring an interest of American football into the school and, you know, try and foster that little bit of an interest into all the kids in the school. So, yeah, September time came around and we entered the team. We knew that in October time was going to be the Leinster Regionals competition. So we got some trials going in the school. We, had a few sessions where whoever wanted to come out of the kids could come, but they did know that it was going to be a team of 10, mixed between boys and girls. And after a few trial sessions, we ended up picking 10 kids, 7 boys and 3 girls, amazing kids, and bringing them to the Leinster Regionals competition. And we were fortunate enough to meet last year's winners, Green Lanes, in the first game. And it was brilliant even just to get to play them in the first game and kind of chat to them and some of the kids about their experiences. And we only lost, I think, by a touchdown at the end of the first game. So we weren't too disheartened, and we were very proud of ourselves to match up against last year's previous winners. And then we went into our second group stage game and ended up winning that, and we were into the knockouts then. So we said, listen, why not just try give this kind of our best shot and see what happens? And fortunately enough, we ended up making our way to the final, meeting Green Lanes yet again. And we knew that the top 2 in the Leinster Regionals got a chance to go to the All-Ireland. And we ended up beating Green Lanes in overtime and becoming the Leinster champions. So when that happened, I think people started to get ahead of themselves a little bit and thinking that we might have a shot at this All-Ireland Championships. But, we just tried to kind of remain as calm as possible and, train and just kind of say, listen, this is something that we're just enjoying here and having a bit of fun with. So over the next kind of couple of months then, we trained as much as we could. And then towards the end of November then, we got to go to the All-Ireland competition. And again, Green Lanes were there as well. I think there were 6 teams in total there, and they were on the opposite side and we were on one side of the draw. So I think we ended up playing the Ulster champions and the Munster runners-up, and ended up fortunately winning those 2 games, going into the final again against Green Lanes National School, another rematch. And fortunately, we came out winners of that and booked ourselves.
You're like the Seahawks and the Rams between yourself and Green Lanes at this stage, a trilogy of games.
It was brilliant, it was, in fairness. And like every time meeting the coaches over there, they were amazing, and even afterwards, like they were so appreciative and so happy that someone else got to experience what they experienced last year. So I couldn't say any better words about them, in fairness. But just booking ourselves that trip to San Francisco, the feeling of it and the emotions afterwards, and seeing all the parents and the kids getting to enjoy that together was just, that was the real winner, And then the kind of weeks that follow after that into Christmas, then the buzz around the school and seeing kids throwing around American footballs in the yard, it was just gone American football crazy. And then I think the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings kind of coming to Dublin, tying in with that, really, really helped things. So, it just blew up in the school all of a sudden.
Where did the boys and girls come from? Like, what's their background? Were many of them into sport? Do they play other sports? I'm fascinated in how they all seem to have really taken to it, because I was watching some of them on the clip on RTE during the week, because you were on News Today, I saw, and on RTE, and how enthused the kids were and how much they've taken to it. And as you say, watching the clips of them throwing around the pigskin, they really are enjoying the buzz.
So they come from many different backgrounds. So usually it's Gaelic football, hurling, soccer, hockey. They play a range of sports. And I suppose it was just the buzz of something new coming into the school and something different. And then once they all started playing it in the trials, they were just fascinated by it. So I suppose then they started asking questions, and then they started watching it on the weekend, and then they started kind of drawing up their own little plays and thinking of their own little things to do. And it just kind of
really, so they're into the X's and O's of it now. They're looking at the tactics and how.
Oh, absolutely everything. Like we were fortunate enough to have Megan Howe in the school. She plays for the Irish Wolfhounds. That was just today. Actually, we had a training session with her, and like one of the guys who's our quarterback had gone up to her with a video of a play that, funny enough, she was actually in Paris in the World Championships. And he was asking if this is possible and if we can run this play and if we can do this. And she was only delighted to see it. So, he's already thinking in his mind, I wonder if we can run this sort of play to do this, to get a 5-yard gain in this area of the pitch. Like, even seeing that, where it's probably my job and this myself.
Oh my goodness, they're going next level. What kind of little monster have you created there? They're doing video analysis and looking at down and distance situations and all sorts of stuff. My goodness.
Exactly, like myself, Robbie, Paddy, and Michelle, they're the other three that are involved with me in this team, and like we're supposed to be the ones coming up with these plays and things to do, yet the kids are doing it themselves. So it's like we don't even have to do anything anymore,
And tell us, because you mentioned Megan Howe, but I noticed you also had Charlie Smith, of Down fame, playing, of course, for the New Orleans Saints. He's their kicker, and fantastic to see him doing his thing in the NFL. But he comes to spend some time with the kids in St. Marnock as well. You're getting some serious advice ahead of this tournament.
Oh, it was surreal. And again, it kind of came up out of nowhere. After Christmas, we started getting these emails and text off several media platforms like RT, Virgin Media, News Today, saying that they'd love to come in for a visit. So we started getting, training sessions ready and people coming into the school. And there was just one day after school where all these media people started to come in, and we weren't even really too sure who was coming in and what was going on. But we kind of looked down at the training sheet, and all I can see is just Charlie Smith on the name sheet, that he's going to be helping running the training. And I was like a child myself, do you know what I mean? Being able to see someone like this, the sport I watch every week, being able to come in and train. So as soon as kind of he came in, all the kids were absolutely buzzing to see him. And, for him to just be able to give a little piece of advice, to be able to just be there and, take pictures, sign autographs and everything. He genuinely couldn't have been nicer. He was such a nice fella. And again, the little bit of advice that he was giving the kids was just absolutely amazing. And it's an experience that, they'll be able to say that they trained with an NFL star. So just to have that is amazing.
Well, I was going to ask you how you keep them focused on the actual games, but it doesn't sound like that's a problem at all. It sounds like they have all that locked down and they're doing their prep and they're hungry to get stuck into it. But what's the competition like? What are you facing when you get there, and how does the tournament work over there?
Yeah, so I mean, at the start we were kind of very basic with our stuff. Like we kind of just ran a pass play and a run play, and that was what we thought that all we needed to do when we were going into this tournament. But as we kind of started to see, myself and the other coaches, that these kids can really start to play, we started to kind of lay in some different routes, and we're going to throw a slant in here and different things like that. And they just started to pick it up so easily. Like they just loved it themselves. And as I was saying earlier, they started to make little plays themselves and come up with ideas between them. So yeah, when we go over there, we're going to be in a group stage with Canada, Australia, and Japan. So there's 14 teams in total, and they're split amongst different groups. So they're in our group. So we get over there. We're leaving on this Friday. We get over there, and the pool play starts on Sunday. So those 3 games will be played on the Sunday. Then wherever we're left, we'll either progress into the World Championship competition or we'll be put into a grading system. So again, there'll be games all the way to the end, no matter where we come in the competition. So we'll be able to, if we top the group, we'll be able to go into the next stages. And then if we were to lose a game, we'd then fall back into a 4th or 5th place or an 8th or 9th place playoff towards the end of the tournament. So everyone is always playing games right towards the end. So even just some of the countries that are there, even just those 3 mentioned, it's going to be amazing to get to play against them. And like Panama are going over, Germany, Austria. It's just crazy to even think of playing these type of countries in a sport like this.
Brilliant. Look, it's memories that are going to last you and the kids a lifetime, I'm sure. And best of luck flying the flag for Ireland over there, Harry. And please pass on our best to the team. We hope to get to see some of the action when we're over there ourselves. If we can steal away from Radio Row for a few hours, and we'll definitely do that. And our thoughts and best wishes on the Irish NFL show go with you. But before I let you go, it would be remiss not to ask you for a prediction. And the other big game, the second biggest game of the week, Seahawks taking on the Patriots in Super Bowl 60. What way are you calling that one?
So I'm a 49ers fan personally, so I am raging that the 49ers aren't there this year. So if I was to call it with my head, I would probably say the Seahawks are going to go and win it. But if I was to call it with my heart, I hope the Patriots go and win it. And again, just me personally, I started a fantasy league this year with my friends and my pals. And if I didn't shout out the fantasy winner, Stephen, one of my pals, he would probably kill me for being on this, but he is adamant that Drake May is going to bring it home for the Patriots, and I just hope to God that he's right. I really do hope to God that he's right. And even like, it's brilliant in the school getting to talk to some of the kids, and one of the kids is absolutely adamant that the Patriots are going to win. So I'm rocking with the Patriots this week, and I really, really do hope that they go and do it.
Well, I tell you, based on the expertise that apparently it seems the kids have and how into the minutiae of football they are, I might just take that one to the bank myself. I'll take your steer on that one, Harry. Listen, thanks so much. Best of luck with everything. Thanks very much for joining us on the NFL show, the Irish NFL show, Harry Barnes.
Thanks so much, Connor.